to you by Hagerstown Ford. Revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com. Nick Verzolini, our keys to the game in this one.
Well, I think Shepherd, will have to contain their scoring. And on the other side, obviously, having two guys approaching 1,000 points, pretty legitimate offense. So they'll have to try to play their style of play, keep the defense going, and then offensively, I think for the Rams, it's going to come down to, can they shoot well from the outside and just shoot well in general, because they're coming off of a game last time they were here where they didn't shoot well. So that would be important. For Millersville, I think it's kind of the opposite. You want to make Shepherd play your style of game and get them uncomfortable.
Tip-off is won by Millersville, and a quick pass from Ested to Ali for 2 points.
Not just 2 points, a dunk on the Millersville side already. So.
Yeah. And bringing full court pressure is Millersville. Shepherd breaks it, gets a three out to Brody Davis, who misses, but the rebound from Marcus Banks. Keep the possession alive for Shepherd. Robinson gets it over to Chase Parr. Big matchup against Drew Stover. Parr puts it up, no good. Ball's on the floor, rolls around into the hands of Montel Cooper. Here comes the Marauders on the break, puts it up and in. Montel Cooper makes it 4-0 Millersville, and they'll set up a full court pressure.
And Millersville has come in here with a lot of energy already. So how does Shepherd counter that?
Robinson has it after getting it into the front court. Chase Parr sets a screen. Now he'll get it to him. Comes around, gets it to Banks. Now he'll use a screen. Banks driving in. Free throw line picks it up. Now he'll get it over to Parr. Puts up a left-handed hook shot sent back by Drew Stover. He's gotten the better of Parr in the first two possessions on offense for the Rams. Now Stover will come back, try to win the offensive possession, and so far both big men dominating on defense. The block from Chase Parr.
He's a good defender, even though shot blocking isn't necessarily Parr's strength.
Poffenberger working against the smaller Ali. Misses a shot, gets his own rebound, and then is fouled.
It's a pretty solid crowd, though, Saturday afternoon. But Millersville making it feel like a Marauder home game with their bench energy. So not a whole lot for the Rams crowd to cheer about here early on. But Poffenberger to the line and having a solid year.
He will sink the first free throw. Poffenberger, 6'8", 229 pounds from Morgantown High School. Went to work against the 6'6", 190 Siraj Ali, junior from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, as Poffenberger makes the second. Millersville will work in the half court. There's Ested with the ball up top, guarded by Banks. He'll drive with the left hand, and he puts it in. Here's 2 points for Jamé Ested, redshirt senior from Richmond, Virginia. Marcus Banks works against him on the other end. We'll get it back to him. Screen from Parr. He'll work. Parr will get it over to the corner for Robinson. Now here comes the drive. He'll put up a shot and put it in. Gerard Robinson with 2. Cuts the Millersville lead to just 2, 6-4. Ested will drive in the paint against Banks, puts it up and in. Working in the post inside. Jamé Ested makes it 8-4. Robinson working the point. Bringing the ball up the court. Guarded closely by Cooper. Set the offense with Parr up top. No dribble handoff to Robinson. He has the ball poked away, but Brody Davis is there. Now we get the ball inside to Parr. Working against Stover again. Right-handed hook shot, and this time it falls. Parr gets to the right hand this time instead of the left. And it goes in.
Yeah, I mean, both guys, big physical players. So, yeah, that's a fun matchup down low. We don't typically see that in the PSAC, a lot of size on size.
Montel Cooper, now the three up top. Missed by Aiden Gare. Chase Parr, 6'10", 255. Drew Stover, 6'8", 245. Marcus Banks working in the mid-range, puts up a nice fadeaway for his first two. 8-8 here, 16 minutes left in the first half. Stover with the ball inside. He gets to his left, up and under. He puts it in. First 2 points for Drew Stover, who is now just 6 points away from 1,000 for his career. A senior from Upper Dublin High School in Orland, Pennsylvania. Chase Parr, graduate transfer from Towson University. And there's that matchup again. Parr goes to his left, puts up the shot, no good, rebounded by Cooper. Ball over to Ali, guarded by Poffenberger, and Carson Poffenberger's called for the push. And that'll send us to the under 16-minute media timeout. Millersville leading 10-8 here early on in the first half. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back with more Shepherd basketball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
First half on TV10 brought to you in part by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com, and Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Solid start for both sides. Shepherd trails 10-8. Just under 5 minutes into this one. So far, it's Jame Ested leading the way. The only man with more than 2 points so far. He's got 2 buckets for 4 points. And they'll inbound it to him. He'll drive against Marcus Banks, pick it up and pass it out. Here comes Montel Cooper. Kicks it to the corner for Ali. They try to get it into Stover, working against Parr. He's under the basket, and Parr sends it back for his second block. Here comes Shepherd with numbers as Drew Stover takes a minute to get up. Pass it in, and the entry pass is tipped away by Ali. Here he comes on the break, and he's going to get called for a travel.
And he traveled all the way back to Millersville. By the way, if you were trying to tune in possibly on the PSAC Digital Network, we are having issues with the stream link, but trying to get a new one from Shepherd, so hopefully that gets up soon.
Hopefully, yes. Drew Stover on the season is shooting 69% from the field. So this is going to be a tough matchup for Chase Parr. Stover has gone to the bench already, as we see Toby Ogunbari check in, redshirt freshman, 6'8", 235 from Dublin, Ireland.
And again, Millersville with a lot of height, so they can counter Parr pretty well. As Davis loses control of it, Marauders going back the other way here. In transition, layup is up and no good. Davis over to Banks. Banks into the lane.
Trying to get some coordination there with Shepherd as Banks gets into the lane for 2 points. So hopefully our stream will be back up soon. 4 points now for Marcus Banks. First to reach that number for Shepherd. Here comes Ali into the paint, drives to his left. He'll dump it off to Ogunbari, and it's sent back again by Chase Parr.
Great block, and again, Parr has been very, very active on the defensive end. Not necessarily what he's known for, but making his presence felt here today.
Poffenberger loses control of it. 13:30 left in the first half. And this is stolen away by Robinson. 13:20 left in the first half. Here comes Marcus Banks. It's a 10-10 game. Poffenberger with the ball. He's going to lose it for a second. Kicks it out to the corner. Sherrod Robinson. Three-pointer is good. Shepherd takes a 13-10 lead. 13 minutes left in the first half. Working up top. Ogunbari coming off a screen here is Gare. He'll dump it off to the left elbow for Siraj Ali, who puts in the jumper for 2 points. So Cole Parr ready to check in for Shepherd. Looks like Faber Okigwa as well at the next stoppage. Carson Poffenberger backs down Ali, trying to use his size to his advantage. Steps through, can't quite get it. Rebounded by Ali, who, despite his size, has been playing well, but now he just twisted an ankle or something. He's calling to the bench to be checked out at the next stoppage. Gare uses a screen, pulls up. Hits the three. What a shot from Aiden Gare. 6'4", 200-pound redshirt junior. 15-13 Millersville. Banks works up top, gets a screen from Parr. He works, puts a shot up, and doesn't look like it hit any rim. Here comes Millersville the other way. Montel Cooper, right-handed layup, rolls off the rim. No good. 11.5 minutes left. Marcus Banks coming up the court, fouled from behind by Cooper. And that'll send us to under 12-minute media timeout. 11:28 to go. Shepherd trails 15-13. Shepherd basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
First half on TV 10, brought to you in part by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home proudly serving the area since 1880. And Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Nick, how do you feel about these first 8.5 minutes that we've seen so far between Shepherd and Millersville?
Very physical kind of game in terms of, I don't know if physical is the right word, but a lot of blocked shots. So it's an athletic display between these two teams. We've seen some highlight plays on both ends. We've seen great dunks from Millersville. These two teams, I mean, they seem to match up very well. Shepherd's life has helped them tremendously with Parr. He's now on the bench, though, so how does this kind of second unit work? And this is a little bit of a smaller unit for Shepherd as well. So can Millersville take advantage of that? But I think that's kind of been the biggest takeaway so far, has been how these two teams physically and athletically have really kind of showed off so far. And it's led to some exciting plays on both ends.
Mass substitutions, 3 of them for Shepherd. Cole Parr, Elwin Wordlaw in favor of Kigwa into the game. Here's Wordlaw up top. The screen from Parr. Now he works against Ogunbari on the left block. Tries to get that right-handed hook shot. It's blocked, but he gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Wordlaw has it doubled. Long three from Cole Parr. No good, but almost an offensive rebound by Robinson, but it comes away into the hands of Millersville. Working up top into the bench also a little bit is Millersville. Working with the ball is Weiss. He'll get it over, and a push-off from Amir Hurst. Offensive foul drawn by Marcus Banks. We'll send it back to the Rams.
Yeah, good job by Marcus Banks to get into the positioning there to draw that foul. And Banks has been a guy now in his sophomore year. If he continued to keep up with this team, you're seeing good stuff from him almost every night, which is good to see. And this has become now a combo here with Wardlaw kind of running the point and Banks running the 2-guard spot. So kind of the future backcourt for the Rams.
And Wordlaw, just a freshman from Frederick High School.
He's talented. I think he's going to develop nicely for this team over the next 4 years.
He gets into the lane, the lefty over to the left block, tries to put one up with the right hand. No good. Rebounded by Drew Stover. Get it into the hands of Cooper. Leaves screen guarded by Robinson. Kicks it to the corner for Hurst. And he's going to pull up from 3. No good. Rebounded by Robinson. See how these minutes go with Drew Stover on the court and Chase Parr off of it. See how his brother Cole can handle the nearly 1,000-point scorer. Robinson drives to his left, puts one up. A little too far onto the basket, but fouled. Robinson will shoot 2, leading scorer for both sides so far with just 5 points.
Yeah, it seems like now the link that Shepard has sent us for the PSAC Digital Network is working, so we'll welcome in our viewers that are just now joining us. We do apologize for those difficulties. For some reason, though, we didn't have a link that was working with our system, so. It
happens. Sometimes a stream a link can be buggy. This is the first free throws made by Robinson. Millersville, this is a tough test for them. 4th highest scoring team in the PSAC at 83.6 points per game. Also the 6th best scoring defense, giving them the 2nd best scoring margin in the PSAC behind the huge 17 points per game margin of Gannon. Millersville, on average, scores 8.8 points more than their opponent. Robinson checks out, and we'll see Michael Cooper for the first time.
Yeah, it's a good Millersville team. I mean, both these teams are pretty good. Shepard has proven over the years that you can never overlook them no matter what their record is. Their record this season, though, so far, 3 games over 500, what you want to see.
Stover working against Cole Parr. He'll go to the right-handed hook shot. Too strong. Rebounded by Parr. Here comes Shepard, picking up the pace a little bit. Banks trying to work into the middle. Now he'll back it out.
That was impressive from Cole Parr. Not as big as Stover in terms of height and really strength, it would appear, at least just based off of their look. But he stood his ground and did a nice job.
Now he works on offense. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Here comes Millersville. Ested working, has it poked away, but gets it back. Guarded by Banks. Now they'll go back to Stover. He tries to get it up and puts it up strong, fouled by Cole Parr. Tough matchup here. As we mentioned, Drew Stover, 6'8", 245. Cole Parr, listed as 6'9", 235. Only a sophomore, though, to the senior, Drew Stover. He may have a few more tricks up his sleeve than Cole Parr has seen. We'll see. He is able to get to the free throw line here.
Well, Cole does come from the Division I level, so I'm sure he's seen guys, whether it be mainly in the practice or, at Towson, you're going to be going up against similar kind of guys. So it's almost rare, though, with how college basketball has evolved to see this much post offense. So that's been kind of fun to watch if you're more of a fan of that kind of style of play.
The free throws are missed. Still 15-15.
The Shepherd's done a good job of keeping Stover off his game a little bit, and the fouls aren't always, a bad thing if you don't win the initial matchup.
Okigwa tries, kicks outside to Wardlaw for three. He's found the three-point stroke as his freshman season has gone on. Gives Shepherd a three-point advantage. And here's a Stead on the other end. Pick and roll with Stover, gets it into him. He tries to barrel in, and he does put up the two-pointer. Just under 8 minutes to go now in this first half. Chase Parr gets up off the bench, heads to the scorer's table. Parr going to his left, now he'll circle back around. Stover stands him up. Hook shot from Parr, sinks it. First two for Cole Parr. Rams lead back up to three.
Yeah, it's a tough shot, but he got it to go. And Parr being very aggressive on the offensive end.
And they'll call a foul on the floor before that shot or that pass attempt from Stead. Looks like the first foul on Michael Cooper. Under 8, media timeout. 7:22 left in the first half. Shepherd leads 20-17. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more here on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
7:22 left in the first half. 20-17. Shepherd leads Millersville. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. Behind the camera, Kyler High. So Shepherd getting a little bit of offense from their bench. Cole Parr and Elwin Wardlaw hitting a couple of big shots there. While Chase Parr was on the bench, we'll see him check back in. So 3-point lead for the Rams.
Yeah, I mentioned Wardlaw and his progress as a freshman, and just a few games ago against East Stroudsburg, he scored a career-high 18 points on 6 of 10 shooting, so he's definitely getting better. Did only score 2 in their blowout win against Mansfield, but didn't really need him. That was a dominant game for the post play for Shepherd.
Working inside is Siraj Ali. He gets himself the bucket. 6 points for him now. So we get the Stover versus Chase Parr matchup here again. Parr dumps this off the Wardlaw, who drives in, tries to put up a hook shot, and it's blocked. Sent out of bounds by Stover.
Yeah, great block by Stover, and Millersville proving, that they can defend well at the rim. But Parr, him versus Stover again. Chase Parr coming off of a huge game against Mansfield, double-double, 20 and 10. So these guys are starting to find some different things in their offense. Not just relying on those three-point shots as much.
There's Marcus Banks working against Ali, trying to find a lane, loses it, but it goes into the hands of Okigwa. So now Banks gets it back. One on the shot clock, put up a 3, no good. Tipped by Parr into the hands of Okigwa. He loses it, gets it back, and is fouled by Stover.
Well, that was just a crazy sequence of events, but Okigwa just stuck with it. We didn't see much of him at all, I don't believe, early in the year, but he's playing quite a bit here in this one. So,
yeah, that's another guy that's come on as the season has gone on for Shepherd.
Coming off an 8-point game in the last one for Shepherd. 6'6" freshman from Parkville.
And he will make the second of the 2 free throws for 1 point. Make it 21-19 with 6.5 to go in the half. Stover up top. Dribble handoff with Gare. He's going to put up a floater in the mid-range. No good. But Ali is there with the follow. He gets the friendlier roll.
Yeah, this is exactly what we expected between these two teams. Back and forth, 21 all here with 6 minutes left.
Shepherd holding a very high-scoring Millersville team so far. Best defense in the PSAC for Shepherd. And driving and getting the and one is Marcus Banks. 6'2", 192 sophomore from Riverdale Baptist in Clinton, Maryland. Last year was sort of that guy off the bench. Backup point guard as a freshman. He's already taken on the role as the main guy to run the offense as a sophomore. He learned under senior Philip Jordan last year.
Yeah, the good thing about Banks, even though he misses that free throw, he's a combo guard. He can play point, he can play shooting guard. So he plays well with the ball in his hands and off ball, which is nice to see.
Dribble handoff, three-pointer from Gare off the backboard, no good, too strong, rebounded by Parr. Here comes Shepherd.
Having that versatility will allow you to do a lot of different things with your lineup if you recruit other good point guards down the line. So
it's Parr trying to work against Stover. He'll kick it over to the wing for Brody Davis. Rejects the screen. Floater, puts it in. First 2 for the freshman from Morgantown High.
Yeah, that's good to see for Brody because it's been a tough stretch of games for him recently, but we know he's talented. It's just what else can he add besides three-point shooting, and you see it there.
Pick and roll here. Ested puts up the 3 over Banks, and it's good.
Yeah, Millersville just has so much scoring, and they throw it at you in so many different ways, so they're a tough team. But Shepherd's a great defensive team. That's what they pride themselves on.
Banks gets inside, kicks it out to Parr. Kick over to Davis. Extra pass to the corner. Robinson nails the 3. His second one from downtown.
That was beautiful offense from Shepherd. You had a few good shots, but you passed them up for an excellent shot, and that's what you need to do as an offense. If you're going to fire the three-pointer, those extra passes from both Parr and Davis were crucial.
Ali can't get the mid-range jumper to go. Here comes Shepherd up the court with a 4-point lead. Banks works inside, picks up his dribble in the paint. He'll get it over to Parr. Working a right block. Here comes the double. Hook shot, no good. Into the hands of Millersville. There's Ested up top against Brody Davis. Kick to the corner. And they'll work it back to the top. Here's Ested. Screen comes from Stover. Dump off, and it's right into the hands of Gerard Robinson. Spins on the left block. Kicks out right corner. Marcus Banks thought about the 3, but he will slow it down.
Well, Robinson on these last 2 possessions doing what he does best.
Pull-up jumper from Banks, too strong. Ested with the rebound. Aguirre will work against Brody Davis. Tries to drive, and they'll call foul on Davis on the floor.
Robinson, one of the more experienced guys on this roster, good defender and good three-point shooter. He showed it there on these last few possessions, but we got the under 4 media timeout.
And it comes with a 4-point lead for Shepherd, 28-24. There's 3:20 left to go in the first half. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more Shepherd basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome back inside the Butcher Center here on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. Kyler High behind the camera. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Tight back and forth game so far. Playing to the pace that more so favors Shepherd, you could say, or at least what they're used to playing. Although Millersville has shot better from the field so far. 50% from the floor are the Marauders to just 38.5% for Shepherd. Shepherd has hit one more three-pointer and 5 more free throws. Gotten 5 more rebounds as well. So there's a bit of the difference there to make it a 4-point lead for the Rams. Doubling Gare off the screen. Now driving inside and a kick to the corner. Montel Cooper, no good, but a rebound by Ali, who has been everywhere for Millersville. He puts up a shot for 10 points in the scoring column now for Siraj Ali.
Yeah, he's been huge in terms of keeping them really in this game. Without his performance, Shepherd would be winning big. So
he's been their second leading scorer on the season. 6'6" junior from Williamsport. Banks working up top. Drives into the lane. Pump fake. Can't get that one to go. Ali with the rebound, pushes it up to Cooper. He's sent back by Gerard Robinson at the rim. And poked away quickly. Dante Weiss and Montel Cooper this time able to slam it down.
Gerard Robinson, I didn't think he was going to win that contest at the rim, but he won it pretty easily. But ultimately, I guess Cooper gets the last laugh with the dunk there to tie this game at 28. But that was very impressive.
And Robinson does a little bit of everything for Shepherd. 6'4", 218, senior from Laurel, Maryland. Here's a three-pointer from Davis, no good. Rebounded by Weiss.
Yeah, Shepherd has a guy like that every year. It seems like that. As the senior, he's a good defender. Can shoot from three. You always need those kind of players, and that's what Robinson brings.
This looks like a foul call on the floor against Carson Poffenberger, I believe. He walks to the bench frustrated. Favro Kigwa checks back in. Inadvertent whistle was the call there. Interesting.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. Right. Well, actually, there was just no call.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't the call. The call was oops. Working up top. Deuce Kettner. Kick out to Weiss for three. No good. Ball bounces twice off the rim. And Robinson's there for the board.
Yeah, the ball almost made you pay, Dylan, for saying no good too early, as it almost fell in there.
Parr on the left block against Stover. Can't get it. Tough defense from Stover. Chase Parr has not really been able to find his offensive game yet, and there's a turnover by Millersville with 1:09 left until halftime.
Yeah, obviously not the play you want there. If you're the Marauders, Montel Cooper trying to go behind the back. Coach Casey Stitzel couldn't believe that that's what he decided to do, but obviously he's a really good player, so you're not going to take him out or anything, but you don't love that play if you're the Marauders.
Here's Banks. Coming off the screen is Davis. Here's a mid-range jumper, and that's good. A talented jump shooter, Brody Davis.
But he's been taking mid-ranges this game, not just being a three-point shooter, which is what they needed out of him in order for him to really play big, significant minutes for this team.
Yep, the freshman making his way into the lineup for his shooting, something Shepherd does need as much of it as they can get. Stover down low against Parr. Good defense from Parr. Forces the hook shot to go short. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds left. Shepherd holds for the final shot with a 2-point lead. Banks up top, guarded by Weiss. 10 seconds. Here's a screen from Parr. Get inside. Coming off another screen is Davis. Three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Stover. 2 seconds on the clock. Cooper at the buzzer. Fully over the backboard, I should say, from half court. And with that, Shepherd will take a 2-point lead into the locker room. 30-28. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show here on Talk Radio TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube and the PSAC Digital Network.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
WV Medicine is pleased to introduce 6 new providers who've joined University Health Associates East and our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center. Dr. Cassandra Claiborne, Family Medicine. Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist, Benjamin Hartland. Dr. Sojana Kalori, Oncology. Certified Physician Assistant, Melissa Short, Neurology. Dr. Adolfo Villoria, Neurosurgery. And Certified Physician Assistant, Joshua Wilson, Family Medicine. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the ROX app.
Order number N58.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the ROX app.
Welcome into the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show here on TV 10. Brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. Shepherd, the 30-28 lead over Millersville at the half. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. Kyler High behind the camera. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio, who you will hear from the next segment of the halftime show here with a scoreboard update for any scores from around the basketball and sports world that he can find. But right now, Nick, 12 and a half minutes left until we start the second half, but how about that first half?
It was a good first half for Shepherd. I think the question becomes, can they maintain the lead with the way Millersville shot the basketball in that first half at 46%? Because a big difference has been the fact that Shepherd's got to the free throw line and Millersville hasn't. They've only taken 2 free throws. Shepherd's taken 7 in that first half. Well, the Rams went 5 for 7. So, can they maintain a lead if Millersville continues to shoot the ball well and they continue to shoot kind of average at 35%, maybe even below average there? Yeah. That will be interesting to see. But overall, it was a good first half. I think you liked a lot of the things that Shepherd brought. It was very back and forth. The lead changed 3 times. We were tied 5 times, and neither team had a lead bigger than 4 points. So these two teams seem pretty evenly matched overall, but there are some things to see how they play out. The other big thing is the points in the paint being 22-12 right now in favor of Millersville. So if Millersville can lead those points in the paint to points in the paint and free throws, they could certainly pull away in this one and kind of separate themselves. But overall, good first half of basketball between the two teams, and I'm interested to see how the second half plays out and how Shepherd and Millersville make some halftime adjustments. But right now it's very competitive and very evenly matched.
I'd say the good news for Shepherd is they are the ones shooting well below their average. This was the matchup between the team with the best field goal percentage in the PSAC in Millersville and the best opponent field goal percentage in the PSAC in Shepherd. Shepherd only allowing 40.6% from the field for their opponents. Millersville has shot 48% on the season so far. Shepherd only at 42.3% for the season, which is third worst in the PSAC. So Millersville currently at just over 46%, just 2% below their average, and Shepherd shooting about 7% below their average at 35%. Get you some more of our first half stats here, brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a brand new pop-up location in the Valley Mall. Go through some individual stats so far. Chase Parr, only 2 points and 2 rebounds. It's been quiet for him against Drew Stover. He's got a block, though. I think that's the opposite of some home cooking there. I would have probably said that he had 2 or 3. Stat book says that he has 1. Gerard Robinson leads the way with 10 points, 2 steals and a block, and 5 rebounds. He's 3 for 3 from the field. Marcus Banks, 6 points. Brody Davis has 4. Those are the guys that lead the way. Wardlaw also with 3 off the bench. Cole Parr with 2. Poffenberger with 2. O'Kickwell with 1. On the Millersville side of things, Siraj Ali with 10 points. Jamay Stead with 7. 4 from Cooper and Stover, and 3 from Gare. So no points off the bench so far for Millersville. That's something to keep an eye on in the second half. But we'll go ahead and take a break here and send it back to Colin for a quick scoreboard show. This is Shepherd Basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube and the PSAC Digital Network.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-3.
Selection comes great possibilities, and at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500, and right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program, so wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
At the half, as we welcome you into the halftime scoreboard show, it's Shepherd 30, Millersville 28 here in this men's basketball game in today's doubleheader. Let's take a look at some scores from around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference now. And as you see on the screen, Shippensburg leads Mansfield 52-36 at the half. It's Lock Haven leading East Strasburg by a score of 38-28, and California PA leads 38-26 against Seton Hill. More scores for you from around the conference. It's Edinburgh 56, Gannon 40. Pitt Johnstown leads Clarion 40-32. That already in the second half. Slippery Rock leads Penn State New Kennisting 57-31, and Kutztown and Westchester is just getting underway for that one, as that was scheduled to begin at 4 o'clock. Again, our score at the half, it is Shepherd leading Millersville 30-28. I'm Colin McLaughlin with the Halftime Scoreboard Show. This is Shepherd Rams basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as the PSAC Digital Network. Take another 2-minute break and send it back to the Butcher Center for the second half with Nick Verzolini and Dylan Bishop.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows. Whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome back inside the Butcher Center. Here on TV 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube, on the PSAC Digital Network. Well, about 2.5 minutes left until we start the second half here between Shepherd and Millersville. 30-28 lead for Shepherd over the Marauders. So, Nick, as we get ready for the second half, what do you want to see more of? What do you think needs to change on both sides, really?
Well, I think for Shepherd, kind of talked about it in our last halftime segment, felt like points in the paint being, the way that they are right now, 22-12, you're going to want to do a little bit better defending the paint if you're the Rams. Obviously, it's a Millersville team that has some good post play. They're going to be able to score inside, but you try to limit that as much as you can here in this second half. For Millersville, they did pretty well in most of the major categories, but I guess just, maybe slow down the fouls a little bit, since you did send Shepherd to the line 5 more times than you got to the line, or 5 more free throws shot, I should say. Excuse me. So cut down on your fouls and try to maybe pick up some more Shepherd fouls. And you would think with the points in the paint being the way that they are, typically you're going to draw fouls on the inside, but hasn't really been the case. So credit Shepherd for that. But overall, these two teams are pretty balanced. I honestly don't see this second half going to a point where we see too much separation. And right now the game is playing more Shepherd style. In that 60, 70 point range is what we're on pace for. So definitely favors Shepherd. So we'll see how it finishes.
Yeah, this is a Millersville's team that's averaged 83.6 points per game this year. So they're well below their pace. But Shepherd, on the other side, best scoring defense. Best defense overall on field goal percentage as well in the conference. Only allows 67.9. So as you just said, they're playing more of a Shepherd type of game.
But if Shepherd can take away that easy baskets around the rim, then that field goal percentage may drop a little bit for Millersville, and you start to see why they are the number one defense in the PSAC. So we'll see if they can maybe do a little bit better job with that. But, overall, there's not a whole lot of negative. Shepherd could probably shoot the ball a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But I think they did start to heat up toward the end of that first half, about midway through or so.
And this is a Millersville team that is second to last in field goal 3-point percentage on offense in the conference. So a lot of their offense comes from inside, and that's the case here today. Just one 3-pointer made by Jamea Stead. Shepherd starts with the ball, though. Here's Carson Poffenberger off a screen. He gets to the bucket. The assist from Brody Davis.
That's good to see. Neither team shooting really well from three. Shepherd's 3 for 9, Millersville 2 for 7. But you draw up an easy basket for Poffenberger to start the second half. Good coaching.
And the ball's poked away and stolen. Chase Parr got a hand on it. Here comes Shepherd the other way again.
Little things like that is what makes Coach Namlik a good coach. You're starting the ball, start the second half. You make sure you draw something up. Make sure you get an easy basket. Sometimes coaches, kind of don't think about all that little stuff. At this level they do, but still, it's good to draw something up that works too.
Poffenberger working against Gare. He's going to put the shot, and it's going to just roll off the rim. Here comes Millersville the other way. Drive it inside. The layup, no good, but rebounded by Stover off the miss by Ested. And Stover is now 2 points away from 1,000 for his career. 6 points in this one.
Yeah, 3 1,000-point scorers at this point. Two 1,000-point scorers on this Millersville team.
Getting there. Here comes Parr. He's blocked by Stover as he picked up his dribble in bad positioning. Stover with the chase down block. It's Chase Parr. Here comes Banks the other way. Kick out, open 3 for Davis. Short, as he was a foot or two behind the line. Banks gets it back, though. He's too strong on that one after Davis was too short.
Yeah, Davis seemed to bobble it maybe just a little bit, and I think that threw off his timing because that was a perfect look for him that he's not going to miss too often. So
Gare off the screen, wanted to shoot it. Now he gets into the lane. Floater, bounces off the rim. And Shepherd gets the rebound. Here they come. Still a 2-point lead. Banks works it inside, and he'll kick it out to Robinson. He'll clear things out, try to run a play through Parr. Picks it up, gets it to Robinson. Pulls up from 3, and he knocks it down. A hot shooting night from Gerard Robinson, his third 3-pointer of the night. Or the afternoon, I suppose. It's only 4:14.
It didn't love that shot initially, or really that offensive sequence, but it led to 3 points, so you'll take it.
A miss on the floater from Ested goes off of Parr, but then it goes off of. So we'll see Alec Topper check out. Siraj Ali check in, who was the leading scorer for Millersville, but they decided to bring him off the bench for the second half. He has 10 points for Millersville. 35-30 Shepherd, 3 minutes into the second half. Parr, the cut from Banks. Nice dish, and he will draw the foul. And that's called against Ested. Marcus Banks will get to the free throw line First foul on Ested. First foul for either side in the second half. Banks got himself 6 points in that first half.
Yeah, typically you would expect a little bit more out of him, but it's been kind of a different game for Shepherd. Robinson leading the way in scoring with 10 points. They've been very balanced. That has, for the most part, been the way this team operates. Usually you don't see anybody with like 20, 25 points or anything like that.
Well, both free throws good from Marcus Banks. On the season, shooting over 71% from the line.
So Shepherd's got themselves a nice lead here, 7-point lead. Coming up on the under 16 media timeout.
Stepping through and traveling is Ested, who has had a rough second half so far.
And with a team that's as good defensively as Shepherd is, if they can build, a 10, 11-point lead or so, it makes it very tough to come back on them because they're going to slow it down offensively. They're usually going to take, at least 20 seconds or so off the shot clock. This is a foul.
Yep. And again, that's Ested who picks up a quick second one. Here, the full court press that Millersville has gone to here and there has yet to really yield any results.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird play. Like Banks and him got tangled up, but it was more so because of him. Obviously, you got to stay in front of your opponent, but he wasn't really allowing him his right to move without holding him, if that makes sense.
And I wouldn't have been surprised if they called another one on Ested there, but this time they'll say he poked it away on the pass to Poffenberger. And grabbing it away from Ali on the entry pass is Chase Parr. So here comes Shepherd the other way. The defensive anchor comes through for Shepherd. They'll try to get it into him on offense, but he can't quite handle it. Here comes Millersville. Kick it out for three. It's Gare, and he can't quite get it. Halfway down. He was the one with the only three-pointer for the Marauders in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about not a three-point shooting team despite how much offense they do bring, so you'll take those kind of shots.
Poffenberger backs down Ali. He puts one up, and he gets it off the glass.
Definitely looked like Poffenberger traveled, but no call.
I had the same thought. He's up to 6 points. It's 39-30 Shepherd.
Millersville's bench did too, but
they've opened the half on a 9-2 run. Montel Cooper will get it inside to Stover. Here he goes against Parr. He's going to kick it out. Ali for three. No good.
And neither Cooper or Stover have really gotten it going. Shepherd's done a nice job of taking them away for the most part. I mean, they've had their moments, but it hasn't been a huge performance.
Banks trying to find room to maneuver against Ested. He'll get a screen from Poffenberger. He drives inside with the left hand, puts it up and in. Tough finish from Marcus Banks, and a timeout from Millersville. 11-2 run to open up the second half for the Shepherd Rams. Timeout at 14:41 left to go. We'll take a 30-second break with them. Shepherd Basketball, TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows. Whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
The second half for this one. Brought to you in part by Smallwood & Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, and by CMA Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. Nick, it's a hot start for Shepherd. Out of the gates, 11-2. here in the second half so far.
Yeah, and they have a double-digit lead. And the way they've been defending, you like their chances to hold on to that based off of those numbers so far. But Millersville, obviously a very talented offense, so they're not just going to go down here without a fight, or at least I wouldn't anticipate that. But, I mean, they got to figure some things out on both ends of the floor right now. Shepherd's pretty much getting what they want offensively. And for Millersville's offense, they've gotten some good shots. They just haven't fallen. So I'd say pretty much stick to what you're doing, but maybe try to get Stover or your post play back involved.
There's a floater that bounces up and then through for a stead.
Yeah, it was a little easy, it seemed like. It seemed like Shepherd wasn't as intense on that defensive possession as they have been.
Some drop coverage there kind of opened up the floor after the pick and roll. Here comes Parr, dribble handoff to Banks. He tries to dump it over to Parr, and after a couple of deflections, it'll stay with Shepherd.
Yeah, again, I think Banks, as we mentioned early in the season, he's got to remember, just throw it up. I mean, Parr's a big guy. He can go get it. So I think sometimes he's throwing them some bounce passes that are kind of low, and that time he was trying to get it above his defender, but just give Parr a chance a little bit more to catch it high, and I think they'd be a little bit more in sync.
This is the under 16 media timeout after the last stoppage was a timeout from Millersville. We can keep it here through this break as you'll check back in on some of the team stats after Shepherd's nice start to the second half here. They have closed the gap in field goal percentage. Millersville down to 41.7% from the field. Shepherd up to 38.5. Millersville is 2 for 8 from 3. Shepherd is 4 for 12 from the free throw line. Millersville's 0 for 2. Shepherd is 7 of 9. Shepherd winning the rebounding battle by 5. 4 of that margin comes from the offensive rebounding side. 7 offensive boards for Shepherd, 3 for Millersville. Shepherd has led this game for 53% of it. They spent 13 minutes with the lead to just 8 for Millersville. Low turnover battle on both sides. It's been 8 for Millersville, 6 for Shepherd. 6 points off the bench for the Rams and none for the Marauders. Points in the paint. Gap's closed a little bit. It's 24-16, advantage of Millersville. And now we will resume play with Shepherd having the ball, up 41-32. Dump inside to Chase Parr. He is fouled as he puts one up.
Good pass from Banks that time. Parr frustrated with himself. He wanted to make that, and he felt like he should have finished through the contact. But he does draw the foul, so see if he's able to knock these free throws down.
Lefty Parr sinks the first. His first points of the second half. He only had 2 in the first half.
Been kind of a tough day for him in terms of the shooting, but
he'll miss the second. Stover gets the board.
Still, his impact has been felt in different ways, and that's the sign of a good player. The box score may not be amazing, but the defense has been really good.
That's pretty good defense, but better offense on the up and under by Stover. And that's 1,000 career points for Drew Stover. 992 coming into the game and 1,000 now with his 8 points today.
Yeah, congrats to him on that. Obviously, it's tough to do.
42-34, 13-22 left in the game. Shepherd seeing if they can get back to a double-digit lead. They have a mismatch down low, and I have no idea why there wasn't a foul called against Stead as Banks puts up a 3. It's saved by Davis and saved again by Okigwa. Ball don't lie, then the foul comes on Stead.
I'm not sure why it didn't come initially. Parr is clearly very frustrated with it.
In
some ways,
tied up with Parr after the mismatch. He was trying his best to make sure that they couldn't get the ball into Parr, but he was fouling him.
Yeah, you can't grab, right? I mean, you're allowed some contact, obviously, in the post when you're battling for positioning. basketball is a semi-contact sport. But you can't grab, you can't hold people's jerseys, and that's what I was seeing a lot of earlier. And then the other one was
Paul with the lob to favor Okigwa.
That was beautiful.
The Butcher Center erupts. The big man, Chase Parr, we know he can pass the ball very well. And we didn't know much about Okigwa's hops. For him to go up and get that one, the freshman slamming it down. 44-34, Shepherd.
That was beautiful.
12:40 left to go. Ali, foul on the floor against Okigwa.
It's been really, really good basketball from Shepherd. What I've liked is that this team's not just relying on threes. They're using other parts of their game to their strength.
Ali gets to the bucket and one. That's 2 quick fouls picked up by Okigwa. And now 12 points on the day for Ali. I need to know how long Coach Mandalik has had that play in his back pocket. Because you wouldn't see that one coming for good reason.
Well, I mean, you got to get a guy like Okigwa on your team that can jump out of the gym. I mean, Shepherd's had some guys with some hops for sure, but yeah, that's a nice play. I mean, Parr, too, as a big guy that can pass it really well. That helps as well. So, can this bench, though, keep up the intensity that the starters gave you? Because for the most part, it was all starters out there for the majority of this run in the second half, and it's still only a 7-point game. So,
yep, don't look now. Don't get ahead of yourself.
And now you got pretty much a bench unit. I mean, Poffenberger and Robinson start, but can these other 3 guys step it up?
A steal by Amir Hurst, running the other way. He's met, and it's stripped away by Robinson. And the other way, threw the ball up the court toward Wall, but they'll slow it down. No numbers advantage. They'll have to set up the offense. Parr, here comes the double, and another steal for Hurst. They'll try to get to the rim, and it's great defense from Robinson, but flying in for the rebound is Weiss.
They needed some better communication there from Shepherd. You know, Parr's trying to go to work, but you got to warn them that somebody was coming behind and trying to get a steal. Wardlaw got caught in a bad spot, so that's a good foul, honestly.
Yep, I think that'll be the 3rd team foul against Shepherd. We're under 12 minutes now, so there's your under 12 timeout. 44-37, Shepherd over Millersville. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back with more Shepherd basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube and the PSAC Digital Network.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Second half on TV 10, brought to you in part by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. Representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com and Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at PanhandleDumpsters.com. Use promo code TV10 to get your first month free. Nick, I think we're still, trying to get all the way to recovering from that big alley-oop from Chase Parr to favor Okigwa, but overall, it's still been a nice second half for Shepherd, even though Millersville has closed in a little bit. Shepherd was up by 11. It's only 7 now.
Yeah, Millersville's not going to go away, so Shepherd's got to continue to fight, continue to play the way they've been playing.
And finally stuffing Ali at the rim. Good defense from Poffenberger. And this will be an interesting lineup to see how Shepherd.
It's good that they got Banks back in there. They were having some issues controlling the basketball. Now you got 2 guards that can, another turnover.
Yeah, Poffenberger got caught picking up his dribble in a bad spot. Here comes Ali trying to go back at him. And Ali's going to lose it out of bounds.
Poffenberger with excellent defense after making a mistake, so that was good to see.
Yep, it's Wardlaw, Banks, Cooper, Poffenberger, and Kolpar on the floor for Shepherd. So called a 3-guard lineup even. And Michael Cooper.
True.
A bit of a wing guard hybrid. Tough defense here from Millersville, as they have Cooper, Hurst, Weiss, Ali, and Ogunbari on the floor. An offensive foul called. It'll go the other way to the Marauders.
Yeah, Wardlaw got that elbow out there, and that's going to lead to a call every single time.
That's 2 fouls on him. Quickly hopping off the bench are Brody Davis and Chase Parr.
Yeah, I mean, they need Chase Parr, it seems like, out there just to kind of calm some things down maybe and give you that presence. Yeah. Plus, Stover just came back in, so you need him for the matchup.
Yep. I think that might have been exactly why Parr hopped up off the bench so quickly. They're matching minutes with Stover. Driving in the lane is instead. He puts up the shot, and it's good. It's only a 5-point lead for Shepherd now.
And Brady Davis has played really well, and I think Shepherd at this point knows, we're trying to come away here with a big win. Need our best guys on the floor. I like this lineup. I think it's a good combination of size and guard play.
It's Poffenberger in the left corner. They're going to get it inside to Parr. See if he can work against Stover. Shoots a fadeaway with the left hand. No good. But they get the offensive rebound. Long 3 from Banks. He knocks it down. Marcus Banks. His first 3 of the day gives him 11 points and gives Shepherd another 8-point advantage. Really needed a basket like that.
It was a really tough shot for Parr because he's a lefty fading to his right side.
And coming the other way is Aiden Gare.
Gare's been solid throughout this game.
And very similar to how a foul was called earlier on Ested. Banks hook, bringing his arm up, showing the hook that Ested had on him. That's 4 against Ested, who is the second leading scorer on the team. Just got himself up to 11 points before that 4th foul, so he's going to sit down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the real controversy is behind it. I mean, Ested has clearly been grabbing the Shepherd players. They've done a nice job, though, of finding ways to put him in tough positions to lead to fouls. So give credit to Shepherd.
Yeah, smart by Banks to just kind of throw his arm up to really accentuate the hook there.
They've done it a few times. So Shepherd's clearly done their scouting report.
Right-handed hook shot is good from Chase Parr.
Yeah, good.
So the lefty Parr, his 2 shots that he's made have been hook shots with the offhand. Shepherd leads by 8 again. 3-pointer from Montel Cooper. Rolls out. Unfriendly bounces today for Millersville. 8:35 left to go. 49-41 Shepherd. Banks gets the switch. He's got Topper on him. Trying to make a move. Good defense from Topper. He gets to the rim. No good. And the ball will go out. Last touched by Parr. Credit to Alec Topper. Clearly, Marcus Banks got that switch and thought he could take advantage, but Topper plays good defense there. Marauders get the ball back. And coming the other way, it's Garrett who just loses control when it goes out of bounds. .807 left. Wardlaw, Banks, Poffenberger, Parr, and Davis. For the Rams, it's Cooper, Weiss, Topper, Gare, and Stover. for Millersville. Wardlaw picks up his dribble. Now he gets it into Parr. And as he takes a dribble, they're going to call the push against Drew Stover. I believe that's his third foul. And at 7:54 left in the game, that's the under 8 timeout. Take a 30-second break with them. Shepherd basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Shepherd leads Millersville 49-41. Here with 7:54 left in the game. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you for TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and on the PSAC Digital Network. Kyler High behind the camera, Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. Now, Millersville's not going away without a fight, Nick, but Shepherd has had the advantage in the second half.
Yeah, no, Shepherd's still holding on to this lead. Once they went on that run, like I said, I felt like it would be tough for any team to come back against Shepherd because of how good their defense is. So Millersville, though, is built to overcome that. Their offense has been so good throughout the season. So anything's possible here. Still 8 minutes, a lot of time left in this game. But Shepherd's defense so far has been great at shutting down some of these really good scorers for Millersville.
Comes Marcus Banks driving, and they'll get a foul called against Topper as he tried to drive in. And I believe that'll be 7 fouls for the half. Yes, it will. Against Millersville, so Shepherd will shoot free throws the rest of the way, starting with a 1-and-1 here for Marcus Banks.
I've gotten so used to the 5 fouls per quarter that we're now seeing in high school and women's basketball that you forget about the classic 7-1-1.
Yep, Banks misses the front end. Oh, empty possession off of the foul. Weiss driving against Wardlaw, shoots it over Parr and banks it in.
That was impressive. I mean, doesn't have the height advantage, but still perfectly got that shot off to get it above the tall Parr.
Those are the first bench points for Millersville. 49-43. Banks trying to work. The double, kick it to the corner for Wardlaw. Three-pointer, knocks it down. The corner three. And then a quick timeout from Justin Namalik. Elwin Wardlaw, 6 points on 2 shots from downtown. And we'll keep it here for this timeout from Coach Namalik. 52-43. Shepherd now leads. A big-time shot from the freshman from Frederick, Elwin Wardlaw. Let's check back in on some team stats that we have here. Shepherd continues to close the gap in field goal percentage from the first half. Shepherd now up above 40%. 41.3 from the floor. 40% from 3, 6 of 15. And Millersville sitting at 45.5 from the field, but only 2 3-pointers, 2 of 9. Shepherd continues to win at the free throw line. They shoot 8 of 13, only 61%, but compared to the only 1 for 3 from the line of Millersville, a lot of free points for Shepherd that Millersville has not been able to find. Out of the timeout, Weiss brings the ball up. At the Gare. Now kick back out to Weiss for 3. And it's sunk by Drew Weiss. Dante Weiss, excuse me. 5 points off the bench for him now. Banks just didn't close out hard. Didn't respect the shooting of Weiss there. 52-46.
It's rare to get a wide open shot against this Shepherd defense.
Banks trying to work back the other way, and his shot is short. Get it up to Siraj Ali, who misses. Millersville wanted the foul on Poffenberger. I was kind of surprised they didn't get it. They're working inside to Chase Parr with an easy 2. 6'10", 255. It's hard to stop that close to the rim.
Yeah, good job by him, too. It's kind of a late pass from Banks, so, he maintained his focus and still hauled in the pass. And, Stover, good screen.
Yeah, hard screen on Banks. They'll get this jumper from Montel Cooper. No good. 6 minutes to go. Shepherd retains possession up by 8. Montel Cooper came into this game only 9 points away from 1,000 for his career. He's still 5 points away. Only 4 so far in this one.
Shepherd has really locked down on the defensive end. I've been surprised that we really haven't seen too much from Stover or Cooper.
Banks drives, kicks. Poffenberger for 3, too strong. And Millersville gets the board.
And Poffenberger, as his career has gone on, he's become less of that just true spot-up shooter. Obviously, he has that in his arsenal, but thought for a second they'd go Davis to the corner instead of Poffenberger.
Stover sent back by Chase Parr.
Yeah, nice block there. Parr has done tremendous on the defensive end. I said earlier he wasn't necessarily known for his defense, but that was probably a bad statement. More so he's just not a huge shot blocker, but he does a great job on the defensive end.
And on the other end, Parr gets the 2 and says Stover's too small. And now he's winning the battle on both ends. He's got 9, Stover's got 8. And Shepherd's got a 10-point lead. Gare off the screen from Stover. The dribble handoff, no good, but Cooper's there for the rebound and the up and under layup. And Millersville calls timeout, trailing again by 8 with 4.5 minutes left. We'll take 30 seconds for a break. Shepherd basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Coming out of the timeout, Shepherd still leads by 8, 56-48. 4.5 minutes to go. Millersville trying everything they can to chip back into this lead, but Shepherd has had the answers so far.
Yeah, they have. Shepherd's maintained this lead for the most part in the 8 to 11 range. Sometimes gotten down to 7 and 6, but for the most part, it's been a decent lead for Shepherd since they pulled away to begin this second half, and it's just been tough for Millersville. I mean, this is a team that again averages 83 points per game, and they're at 48 with 4:30 left. So,
Millersville with 10,
pretty unheard of for them.
Yeah, Millersville with 10:43 left was able to cut it to 44-39. And that's as close as they've gotten it since Shepherd extended out a double-digit lead after leading at halftime by 2. Shepherd breaks the full court press. Now they'll work. 4 starters and Brody Davis in for Shepherd. Excuse me, he started. I should let me correct myself. 5 starters in for Shepherd. Marcus Banks going around the world in the paint and finally gets the up and under.
Yeah.
13 to lead the way for Shepherd.
He's been really good, especially in the second half. He's picked it up offensively. Poffenberger and Banks ran into each other, but
Banks gets his hand in on a deflection there, and here comes Shepherd the other way with a 10-point lead. Should give props to Gerard Robinson. He's also tied for the team lead in points with 13. Banks will give it to Robinson. He will drive and cannot hit it on the left side. Millersville picking up the pace. Cooper wanted the jump shot, picks it up. Ested gets it on the right wing for 3. And that's just going to go out of bounds. Air ball. Tough game for Ested, despite his 11 points, to be the second leading scorer. He's been drawing fouls. He checks out after that, too.
Yeah, I think he just kind of lost his groove.
I think he lost his composure as well as he was getting called for those fouls.
Because he was very impactful until he started getting in foul trouble.
A great break of the press from Shepard, and flying in at the very last second is Wise there. Dante Wise saving an easy 2 points for Parr.
Yeah, I think Davis, if he attacks baseline there and then dumps down to Parr, it's a much easier look. But I don't think he saw him initially.
Yeah, very slight hesitation from Davis allowed Wise to.
And he kind of went to the middle of the floor. I felt like if he went baseline, he might have had a better, easier pass.
3 minutes to go. Shepard leads by 10. He'll double Banks off the screen. He'll dump it off to Parr. Stripped away by Gare. And then right back with the steal is Marcus Banks. And the refs are going to stop play as Drew Stover is down on both knees. But he gets back up. He's shaken up, but it looks like he's going to try to walk it off. By his reaction, it seems like he may have gotten hit in a sensitive area. 2:49 to go. Shepard with a new 30. Robinson with the ball at the left wing. Trying to get it back to Banks. Here comes Davis off a screen. They can't get it to him, but they'll dump it off to Parr. Two-man game with him and Banks. Pick and roll. And, trying to go up for the slam is Parr, but he loses it on the way up. But it's due to a foul.
Yeah, that would have been on the Chase Parr highlight reel.
Yep, Millersville has started doubling hard off the pick and roll game with Banks. Banks did the right thing there. Dumped it off in between the two defenders.
And honestly, a pretty good foul because it wasn't intentional in terms of you're not getting the intentional foul call, I should say. And you said part of the line where at times he's been a little bit inconsistent, but he does make them both.
He makes them both there, but on the season, only 63.5% from the line. So, point remains, but two makes. Gives Shepard a 60-48 lead.
Yeah, now Millersville's in conserve clock time. They got to go quickly offensively and try to get quick stops on defense as well, and they have to foul here if they can get it closer.
And getting called for an up and down. Well, let's see if the call has changed. Nope, I think we are getting a correction. One official was going to call
an inverted whistle. Was our call. The whistle was blown.
Well, I think we see why the whistle was blown.
That's what they said.
Like Amir Hurst was about to get called for a travel, and as he tried to go for a pump fake, Aiden Gare lost the ball out of bounds. He checks out after that.
They've had some of these kind of weird plays here and there for Millersville today. Shepard has got them off their game completely. What a second half for the Rams. I mean, this was a very competitive game at halftime.
Millersville has 20 points in the second half, and that's it.
Yeah.
Shepard has 30. And they'll work the ball, breaking the press again. The clock never stopped. Or the clock never started, I should say.
It never stopped. It could keep rolling for the Rams, but it does need to go down. Probably about like 2:12 or so.
Yeah, 5 or 6 seconds would sound about right to me. But Shepard has done a really good job breaking the press from Millersville. So they'll go to the benches. It's been a nice second half for Chase Parr, who went into the locker room with just 2 points. Now he's up to 11 on the game. Marcus Banks has himself 15. Gerard Robinson with 13. Throw in 6 from Wordlaw and Poffenberger each. 4 from Brody Davis. 2 from Cole Parr, 3 from Favor Okigwa. And that's the 60 points for Shepherd. And Millersville on the other side, 13 for Ali and 11 for Ested lead the way. Then it's 8 for Stover, 6 for Cooper, and 5 for Gare. And then just 5 points off the bench, all from Dante Weiss.
They went 2:10.
Okay.
So we went 8 seconds off the clock.
Well, we hadn't had any.
Be honest, I wasn't counting.
Can't say that I was either.
No, the clock has been fine since the very beginning of the women's game. So
someone might just had a slip up there at the scorer's table, but we'll say it's technical with difficulties, and it's the scoreboard's fault as Parr goes to the rim, misses. Shepherd can't come up with the offensive board. So Millersville down 12 with 2 minutes left. Dump off from Cooper to Stover and sent back again by Chase Parr. Ali gets to the rim, can't put it in. Rebounded by Poffenberger. Minute 40 left. Banks walks the ball up the court. Oh, he gets past Hurst with a nice move as he tries to go aggressively for the steal. And using up the clock. Looks like they'll go with a 2-man game with Parr driving in, and they're gonna get Banks for a push-off.
I didn't really see much of a foul there, but I guess I could kind of see it as he was kind of forcing his way into the body of the defender. It's the only thing I could really think of there. But, I mean, at this point, it's a 12-point game of a minute. He should be good.
Gare off the dribble handoff. He'll dump it off to Ali, who shoots the three-pointer, and he knocks it down.
But you don't want that. Can't allow three-pointers. You'll take twos if the other team's going to get twos, but can't allow open threes.
That's 16 points for Siraj Ali. A timeout from Millersville. Off of it, we'll take a 30-second break with them. Shepherd Basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
109 left to go. The Rams lead the Marauders 60-51. Things are looking grim for Millersville. In a game between two teams fighting for currently third place in the PSAC East. Shepherd came into this one 5-3, Millersville 4-3. Shepherd 9-6 overall, Millersville 8-6 overall. Both of them sit behind 7-1 Westchester and 5-2 East Stroudsburg, which is the two teams that Shepherd just lost to. So the two of those three losses in the conference coming to the two teams ahead of them.
Yeah, now 9-point game. So for Shepherd defensively, no threes and no fouls if you're the Rams. Presuming you're able to make your free throws, of course. It is the ninth foul there. So we're still at 1-1, but only for these foul shots. And then after that, it's double bonus as well. Just noteworthy if you're Millersville, because you picked up a lot of fouls early in this half. You did do a nice job, as the half went on, but
first free throw from Gerard Robinson is good. Gets the lead back up to double digits. That third conference loss for Shepherd so far this year to the number one team in the region. 8-0 in conference, 13-2 overall. Gannon.
Very, very good team. So
both free throws from Robinson are good. He's up to 15 points. Ali will drive on Poffenberger, dump off to Stover, puts it up, and fouled.
Yeah, so you foul there on defense, which, again, you don't want to allow the other team when they're down and trying to build a late comeback to be able to score with the clock stopped. But, I mean, Stover's had a tough day, so we'll see how he does from the line. Shepard's done a tremendous job defensively.
Stover makes the first. He can get himself to double digits on the game if he makes the second. And he won't. Ball's tipped up 2 times, 3 times into the hands of Ali, but then he loses it at the last second into the hands of Brody Davis. Ball's back on the floor again, stripped away from Banks. Somehow fighting through. Nobody was able to hold on to the ball long enough with both teams at the same time for it to be a jump ball. At some point, Justin Namlick screaming for a timeout on the other end. He finally gets it.
He might have been kind of mad of when he got it, because I think Brody Davis would have had a good shot of maybe getting a layup off. But, I mean, it worked out for Shepherd either way. They get the possession, which at this point is the most important thing. You're most likely going to head back to the line here, so at this point you're just trying to get your best free throw shooter open and see what they can do. So probably like Banks, because he's also good with the ball in his hands usually.
And the next foul on Millersville.
Double bonus.
Yep.
Teron Robinson wouldn't be a bad option too. Very good shooter. And he obviously just came up big with free throws just a moment ago. So Millersville, they're trying to steal. Steal off the inbound would be ideal for them. If they can get a turnover, then they still probably have a shot. If Shepherd keeps making free throws, though, it's going to be very tough. So kind of similar situation what we had in the women's game. Only it was Shepherd trailing Millersville, obviously, but
I gotta say, having interacted with Coach Namlick off the court and seeing how he is on the court, big difference. I think, I don't know if it's the officiating. It's probably the officiating, but with most coaches, that kind of makes them enter a different mindset. For a guy that's, in my experience, always been very laid back, chill kind of guy off the court. Maybe this is just my experience, having been an alum of Shepherd who took a class with Coach Namlick. Different personality when the refs are not calling the game his way. But hey, I think pretty much any coach is going to be like that. Coach Namlick here, since the 2008-2009 season, he took over as interim head coach. Before that, he was at St. Vincent College. Played collegiately at Columbia, in the Ivy League. His coach there was Armand Hill, a Princeton alum, a former NBA player, former NBA assistant coach. And Coach Namlick is a 1,000-point scorer at Columbia. 22 all-time, 4-year starter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's kind of like the guys that are super nice and then they get on the football field.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like, when you're in that competition mode, a bad turnover here for Shepherd. But Shepherd gets it right back.
Yeah, bad turnover by Millersville. So now 40 seconds left. It's a 10-point game. Millersville might be about to back off. We'll see. 10-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. I think, we are going to get a grab from Amir Hurst. Nick, pop quiz. Justin Namlick is a state champion as a high school basketball player in West Virginia. Do you know where he went to high school?
Bridgeport.
He was a member of the 24-2, number 1 ranked 1995 AAA state champion Wheeling Park Patriots.
I figured it was one of the schools in the state of West Virginia.
Marcus Banks makes one of two. 63-52. Shot up on the other end from Hurst. No good. Rebounded by Poffenberger. And with the shot clock turned off, they'll dribble it into the front court. And the Shepherd Rams will improve to 6-3 in conference, 10-6 on the season, solidifying third place as it stands today in the PSAC East. 11-point win over Millersville. So, Nick, I guess we can go ahead and take our 2-minute break and go to a post game, get our final stats and final thoughts here from the Butcher Center. So we'll take that 2-minute break now and be back at the Palace Lounge post game show. It's Shepherd Basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department. When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Back in the Butcher Center, following an 11-point win for the Shepherd University Rams over the Millersville Marauders, 63-52. Welcome into the Palace Lounge post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call. Kyler High behind the camera. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Nick, it was a 2-point game at halftime, 30-28, and Shepherd was able to get it themselves out to an 11-point lead and was able to stick pretty close to that number for most of the second half, and that's where the final score ends up.
Yeah, good win for Shepherd. Obviously, defense was huge, right? You hold this team to just 52 points when they average nearly 83 points per game. So that's pretty tough. That's two guys coming close to 1,000 points. Only one of them ends up getting it today. Overall, Shepherd was very impressive. So liked the game a lot. Loved the game plan. Shot the ball pretty well. You just did enough. 42% from the floor, made your 6 threes. Didn't over-rely on the three, and down the stretch, Shepherd was tremendous. So, great win for the Rams, and I think this continues to be a really good season where, for the most part, they can compete with everybody in the conference, and on any given night with their defense, they'll have a shot to win if they execute on that end of the floor. So
let's get you some post-game stats here, brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. And visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Go ahead and get you some these team stats overall. Shepherd was almost able to win the field goal percentage battle after a difference of 46% to 35% at the half. Shepherd shoots 41.5% from the field in this one. Millersville at 42.6%. Shepherd ends up going 6 of 16 from 3. Millersville 4 of 12. That's a 37.5% to 33% marks for both teams. Shepherd goes 13 of 19 from the free throw line. Millersville just 2 of 5. Shepherd wins the rebounding battle by 5. The offensive rebound battle by 3. Let's go into some of the individual stats here. As on Shepherd's side, 16 points for Marcus Banks, 15 points for Gerard Robinson, 11 points for Chase Parr, leads the way on their side. Millersville was able to get up 16 points from Sharaj Ali, 11 from Jamea Stead, and 9 from Drew Stover. Only 5 points off the bench in total for Millersville. So a few things ended up being the difference that way. Nick, any more stats stand out to you as the live stats on my phone kind of go haywire? But you see if there's anything I didn't mention.
No, I think you're good. I mean, I guess just something that kind of stands out that isn't really listed on here, but at halftime, this was a very much back and forth game, kind of like we mentioned earlier, where the largest lead was 4, and then Shepherd just pulled away and ends up with the largest lead of 12. So just the way that they executed the second half, and also Shepherd getting to the free throw line so many times was huge. I think you mentioned that, I'm sure. But
yep. So, and with that, let's wrap things up with the player of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
This is very tough, because it doesn't really feel like there is one single individual that necessarily is your player of the game, but I lean Chase Parr, 11 points, 4 blocks in particular is the reason why I'm giving it to him. And he had a tough matchup. Stover, very good player. Got his 1,000th point today.
He averaged 18 points a game, and today he only scored 9.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know it that based off of what you saw from Chase Parr on the defensive end. So he shut him down. And I think his defensive presence, being the anchor of the defense, is what led to the overall team performance. But, Gerard Robinson was really good, efficient game for him. And Marcus Banks was big down the stretch. So it's very tough, but I think overall just setting the tone, especially in the defensive end, it goes to Parr today.
Yep, Parr, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks, and a steal. He was only listed as having 1 block in the first half. And
I feel like he had like 6.
I thought he had 3 blocks. I thought he had 3 blocks in the first 4 possessions.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, 16 and 8 rebounds for Marcus Banks, 3 assists in there as well. Gerard Robinson, 15 points, 8 rebounds as well. I think those were your honorable mentions, I think you could say. But I think Chase Parr, well-deserving, holding down the anchor of the defense and throwing in 11 points and a huge lob of an alley-oop to favor Okigwa as well. So with that, let's wrap things up here from the Butcher Center. For Kyler High, behind the camera, Colin McLaughlin back at the studio, Nick Versalini next to me. I'm Dylan Bishop saying so long from Shepherdstown. This has been Shepherd Basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and the PSAC Digital Network.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Providing reliable protection.
Great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome into the post-game scoreboard show as the Shepherd men's basketball team is victorious with a 63-52 win over Millersville. Let's now take a look at some other scores from around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Final score, Shippensburg 82, Mansfield 78. Lockhaven gets a win at home 76-67 over East Strasburg. Cal U defeats Seton Hill 81-33. As we flip over, it's Gannon defeating Edinburgh 100-84. Pitt Johnstown defeated Clarion 68-65. Slippery Rock with a huge win 102-66 over Penn State New Kensington. And lastly, a game currently in action with about 15 and a half minutes left in the second half. It is Westchester leading Kutztown 56-44. Again, final score for Shepherd 63-52. Rams get the win. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been Shepherd Basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as the PSAC Digital Network. This concludes our coverage of NCAA Division II basketball, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
McLean Corley off the Poffenberger screen. Great screen. McLean Corley for three. It's good! Daniel McLean Corley!
5 seconds left on the clock. Werner looking for room to maneuver. Pulls up. Floater. Gets it to go. Kara Werner.
We hope you enjoyed our coverage here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. All rights reserved.